Hello and welcome to your Eastern Idaho weather and hazard briefing for Sunday, November 29th. My name's Alex from the National Weather Service in Pocatello. Let's take a look at your key points for the next few days. First off, our next chance of snow will arrive Monday late in the day, continue Monday night, and end on Tuesday, mainly for high terrain areas. We'll give you a forecast radar depiction of that to give you a better idea of exactly where and when snow is expected to fall here in a couple of slides. Overall confidence is medium to high in this scenario. We're not expecting much in the way of accumulation, at the most 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 3 inches across the orographically favored mid and upper slopes that faced west and face northwest. Most of the valley areas, like the Snake Plain and Eastern Magic Valley, should see little to no snow. We have high confidence that a ridge of high pressure will build into the region beginning late Wednesday and continuing through the week, possibly extending into next weekend and maybe even into early the following week, depending on certain model projections. But at this point, we have highest confidence in the ridge lingering into the weekend. And that will bring some temperature inversions. As a result of those inversions, we'll see cold conditions in the valleys. We'll see degrading air quality in the valleys. And we'll see warming temperatures up above the inversions on mid and upper slopes and over mountain passes. Let's look at the satellite imagery for early this morning, and there's not a lot to see. High pressure is locked in place across the western U.S. this morning, and that's forcing all of the moisture and cloud cover that you see here out over the western Pacific, forcing it up into western Canada and British Columbia. Now, this high pressure system will be on the move. It will be moving eastward, and so will this approaching system. This is going to move in from the west, and this band of cloud cover that you see here is going to be the low pressure system that will bring us the wind on Monday and Tuesday and bring us the chance for some snow showers. The weather impact summary highlighting those 2 days. We'll see those breezy conditions develop across portions of the Snake Plain on Monday, especially the southern Snake Plain along the Interstate 86 corridor from Burley to Pocatello. You'll see some breezy southerly winds develop by Monday afternoon. The same over the Eastern Magic Valley. And we'll see some breezy conditions develop, particularly across mid and upper slopes on Monday. By the time we get late into the day, though, after the cold front arrives, we should see breezy conditions develop for really all but the far northern part of the Snake Plain. And we'll show you the wind forecast as well a couple of slides from now. Again, the accumulating snowfall will occur mostly in the higher terrain areas. However, we do have to watch out for the potential for some enhanced snowfall from Pocatello to Idaho Falls, particularly on the benches of Pocatello. There's an outside chance of maybe up to an inch of accumulation. Right now, that is not our official forecast. Our official forecast calls for maybe just up to a tenth of an inch in Pocatello, but there is an outside chance of some locally enhanced snowfall with a slight chance of a convergence event on the backside of the system late Monday night, early Tuesday. Right now, the forecast models are not favoring that. They're just slightly hinting at the potential, so we just wanted to make mention of it here. Compared to our system last week on Tuesday, there's much less moisture with this system overall. And then later in the week, the only impacts are going to be with the degrading air quality in valleys and the cooler conditions. Let's take a look at the forecast radar loop with our approaching cold front for Monday into Tuesday. And here it is starting off Monday afternoon. We can see the snow showers approaching the central mountains, moving through the central mountains and ending Monday evening. And then we see snow showers developing across the Montana border region and eventually the eastern highlands. The eastern highlands are referred to by the area of higher terrain in between Interstate 15 and the Wyoming border. You'll notice one thing here on this loop, and that is some green appears here across the eastern Magic Valley and southern Snake Plain. We do think most, if not all, of the precipitation with the system will fall as snow, but there is the potential for maybe a couple of sprinkles across the eastern Magic Valley and Snake Plain Monday evening. As you can see, it's a pretty quick hitting shot of mainly light snow, and by the time we get into Monday night and early Tuesday morning, even before sunrise Tuesday morning, the snow is forecast to have ended. High temperatures today will remain on the cool side, but we will see some warming, particularly down along across the eastern Magic Valley, where temperatures will approach, if not exceed, 40. Same for the valleys down near the Utah border, where high temperatures today will get into the lower 40s. For Monday, we'll begin to see a warm front will move through in the morning. That'll bring in some increased temperatures here across the eastern Magic Valley with some mid-40s possible. It will be breezy though, so temperatures will feel cooler than this. But outside of the interstate corridor and the central and southern Snake Plain, temperatures should mainly stay below freezing. We could briefly sneak above freezing though from Chalice to Salmon. High temperatures Tuesday will be several degrees colder behind the cold front. So you can see here most areas staying below freezing, just getting up near freezing though across the typical warmer areas. Low temperatures, as you can see, Monday morning and then Tuesday morning as the cold front moves through, plenty cold enough to support snow. And by Wednesday morning, temperatures will fall several degrees behind our cold front. Our winds will begin to calm down, and so some fairly cold temperatures are possible, especially valley locations like the Camas Prairie, Copper Basin, Stanley. There is the potential again Wednesday morning and Thursday morning for some stratus and fog. At this point, we don't have a high enough confidence on where and when that might form. So right now, do know that these temperatures could go up a couple of degrees or they could go down a couple of degrees depending on that fog and stratus forecast. But this is what the current thinking is, and the trend does reflect colder temperatures. Now we're expecting little change in temperatures from Wednesday all the way through next weekend with that ridge of high pressure and stagnant pattern in place. Wind gusts today, they'll be light except for the mid and upper slopes across the central Idaho mountains and the eastern Magic Valley. We'll see those down slope and down valley winds across the eastern Magic Valley. Gusts maybe in the 20 to 25 mile per hour range at times this afternoon. And what do we mean by down valley flow? Well, across the Snake Plain, that's a northeast wind, and across the eastern Magic Valley, that is an east wind. Those winds will continue into tonight, and southerly winds and southeasterly winds will begin to increase here above the inversions across the central Idaho mountains and also across the South Hills. That trend only continues into Monday morning and afternoon. By the time we get into Monday afternoon, the cold front will be moving eastward across eastern Idaho. And by late in the day, the winds will have switched to the southwest across the central Idaho mountains and the southwest and west as we get into Monday night here across the southern Snake Plain and eastern Magic Valley. Overall, winds should generally be, for gusts, at least in the 20 to 30 mile per hour range with some locally higher gusts for the wind are slopes that favor windier conditions across the South Hills and the central Idaho mountains. And now getting into Tuesday and Wednesday, there is the potential for some stronger north winds, particularly across the mid and upper slopes late Tuesday night and Wednesday, and where the valleys of the central mountains empty into the Arco Desert. So do know that these winds could come up a little bit in later forecasts, especially Tuesday night into Wednesday, as some strong northerly winds are indicated on the forecast models just above the surface. To summarize, our next chance of snow showers will be late Monday and into early Tuesday across mainly higher terrain areas. We will be watching for the potential for slightly enhanced snowfall from Pocatello to Idaho Falls. Beyond that, we also will see some breezy conditions late Monday and into Tuesday as well. Some locally windy conditions for wind-favored areas. And a ridge of high pressure will build into the region from Wednesday through potentially as late as next weekend, bringing cool, dry conditions and degrading air quality beneath inversions. That concludes the briefing for today. If you have any comments, questions, or feedback, we welcome those to the phone number, email address you see here. Otherwise, please join us again Monday morning. Thank you.